In the dying light of a fading sun, you walk. Behind you, a vast and silent desert stretches as far as the eye can see. Puzzled, you continue onward, some basic instinct driving you, though for what reason you could not say. With the realization that you have no memory of what brought you to this moment, you strain your mind, searching for answers. All you can find from within, however, is a void. Looking back, old ruins of great towers climb from the sand, stretching far into the sky. But with every step you take, the buildings crumble just a little more. Turning your eyes ahead once again, you begin to see a structure in the distance, a stairway. With a certainty you cannot explain, you know this is your destination, and you hurry on, encouraged by your newfound purpose. A great thunderous cracking from behind startles you, and as you look back you see the towers fall. Somehow, as they crumble, a haze clouds your mind and you stumble. An empty horizon greets your eyes as you pick yourself up, though something bothers you about the sight of it. You feel sure there was something in the distance before you fell, but what it was evades you. Turning, you see the stairway once again, and something inside you drives you to press on towards it, even though each step seems to drain you, your mind growing more hazy with every inch gained on the stairs ahead. As you approach the stairway's base, you realise with sudden horror the material of the elaborate bone structure before you. Recoiling, you turn to walk away, cursing whatever instinct inside yourself that drove you to this awful place, only to realise the vast expanse of emptiness behind you. There truly is nowhere to go but up. Taking your first steps onto the stairway, a chill washes over you as the last light of the fading sun dies. An eerie red glow emanates around you, and all but the stairway and yourself seems to drop away into darkness. Reluctantly you climb, observing with a morbid admiration the craftsmanship of the grisly structure you now find yourself on. As the climbing takes its toll, you steady yourself on the rails. A warm, sticky liquid greets your palm, and as you draw your hand away, a heavy metallic smell assaults your nose. You grimace with the realization that the rails are coated with blood. Where the grim architect found materials for this structure, you hope never to have to discover. After what feels like an eternity of climbing, you pause. For the first time in this place, you no longer feel alone. But this new presence hardly comforts. A rapid clacking sound drifts from the darkness below. Your heart pounds as you peer into the gloom, desperately trying to identify the source of the noise. As a sharp wisp is followed by a soft thud, like that of a butcher's knife colliding with tender, wet meat. Shadows stir in the darkness, but no solid form reveals itself to separate reality from the mind's perceptions. You continue on upwards, away from whatever may lurk below. As you reach the top, you find yourself before a great oak door. at least 3 meters in height. A sun with a black core is painted at the top, and a terrible frame of skulls outlines the foreboding structure. You reach for the cold metal handle, and as you touch it, a dull ache spreads through your bones. Drawing your hand back for a moment, you make out an inscription carved in an arc at the top of the oak. Enter, weary traveller, and claim your final rest. Fear not oblivion, but beware the architects. Upon reading the inscription, the door slides inwardly open, disappearing into the darkest and truest of black. All remaining warmth seems to seep away into the void, and some dark compulsion inside you drives you closer to the edge. You halt, now standing on the precipice of this terrible oblivion. Before you reach your hand inside and pull away in horror, you know now what lies beyond this doorway. For one terrible second, your hand was utterly numb, as though gone. Through this doorway lies your death. You no longer care how vast and empty the desert below may be. You resolve that any path but this will do. But then, movement. On the stairs, emerging from the gloom, it comes. The creature appears to have been flayed, exposing muscles and glistening sinew oozing red. A set of ragged, blunt teeth, chattering, this hunched and contorted creature crawls slowly but surely toward you. It almost looks as though it may have been human once, before its spine had been twisted, its forearms stretched, and those things where the fingers should be, long, grotesque, bloody metallic whips, trail from its hands. With a sickening realization, it strikes you where the materials for this grotesque construction were acquired. The still conscious bodies of the poor souls who never passed through the door. Where this knowledge comes from, you cannot say, but you know this horror, crawling from the darkness, is an architect, sniffing out the grisly material for its horrid creation. Glancing back to the archway, you pause, then turn back to the creature. You prepare to dash past, determined to evade the void just a little longer, just as another creature crawls out into the gloom. Chattering teeth, metallic scraping, the sound tells you of yet further creatures, climbing towards you. You back closer to the door, and as the first of the creatures crouches to leap, you throw yourself back into the all-encompassing oblivion.